Mikael, we're really proud and it's a pleasure to have you here with us. I just want to start by taking you back to Chelsea days. Just want you to recall the most memorable match you played with the Blues during your time with Stamford Bridge.
Well, obviously, everybody knows my most proudest game, obviously, or my best game, everybody says, is the Champions League final, which is when we won the Champions League. So for me, that was a special game, special night. To finally win the Champions League with Chelsea was something pretty special because, we knew that was pretty much our last chance of being able to win, the trophy, and to then win it was so special. And for me personally, to have such a wonderful performance, was something really special for me. So I always say the Champions League final.
Did you lose hope at that game, like Allianz Arena? It's 1-0 for Bayern. Yeah. Did you lose hope at a certain point?
Of course. Even before the game, we were like, "Oof, wow, this is Bayern. They have fantastic players. Ban Schweinsteiger, Tony Cruz, Lam, Robin, Ribery, they are fantastic players. And we had a lot of players suspended or injured that didn't play the game as well. So we were like, oof, this is going to be a tough game for us. But then when the game started, we thought, okay, we're in the game, we're trying to see how we can get one or two chances and hopefully take him, and then we can defend. But then they scored the goal. We thought, here we go again. We're going to lose another Champions League final. But then, of course, when you have a certain guy called Didier Drogba in your team, when it comes to big games, that's when he rises. So for us, for him to come up with that big goal wasn't a surprise because that's what he does, and for him to then take us to penalty shootouts and then score the final penalty as well it was written in the stars that that's how Didier's Chelsea career will definitely end. What a pretty special night for us.
Absolutely. Chelsea struggled a lot, to be honest, to win the Champions League. 3 years before that, you were playing at Stamford Bridge against Barcelona, and that game, the 1-1. And Iniesta scoring the killer goal at the end of that match. Tell me more about the aftermath of that match. Did you feel that Chelsea were robbed? Do you feel that they were, they deserved to win that match, but there was something unfair going on that game?
I think obviously when you look at the game, everybody who was at the game knew there were a few decisions that didn't go our way. If it did go our way that night, I think it would have been a different story. We would have won the game. But obviously, those decisions didn't go our way. For some reason, the referee didn't give us the decisions. Not all of them, but I thought maybe one or two should have been given. But then, obviously, changes the whole scenario of the game. Obviously, Iniesta then scored, the killer blow goal, and then we lost the game. The aftermath of the game was crazy. A lot of players lost their temper, lost their cool. Emotions was flying high. Didier lost his mind, and we were all very, very disappointed because we knew we played really well. We should have gotten something out of the game, which we didn't get, and the frustration of not winning again, getting to win the Champions League again that year was something, that was, lingering in our head. Obviously, we knew the players were getting older, so the pressure is even much more. And then we thought, okay, that game, at least we should have gone through. That was the frustration after the game. We were all very, very disappointed in the dressing room, very disappointed. We just knew we had to go again the next year. And that was the mentality, okay, let's go again the next year, and that's why we finally won the Champions League, which was a proud moment for the club.
This is a great, interesting story, to be honest, to be told always about how Chelsea won the Champions League. 2 years before 2009, there was a guy called Jose Mourinho, who is one of the best coaches ever. I believe he was the one to change your position from a CAM to a CDM. So what was the most special moment you lived with Jose at Stamford Bridge?
Oh, well, special moments is obviously with Jose is, there's so many moments with Jose. There's never a dull moment with Jose. That's why he's the boss. He's the boss. He has this presence about him, this arrogance about him, ruthlessness about him, that you have to win, you have to perform better, you can do better. Take yourself to that level where he knows you can play better, you can perform better. And if you're not doing that, he will be the first to tell you. He will be the first to make sure that he finds a way to make sure he gets that out of you. Be it not speaking to you, be it being very brutal about it. He will find a way to communicate with you to get the best, because he knows you can do it. He knows you can do it. You have to bring it out. So for me, a lot of I think most of it is the conversation we had in the dressing room in the second half. If we're losing a game in the first half. And then he comes in and then he goes at everybody, he kills everybody, and then we go back out and then we win the game. So there's a lot of moment with Jose, but yeah, pretty special coach.
You've spoken about how Jose made Mo Salah once crying. So what happened at that incident?
It's just part of what Jose does. It's just part of how he gets the best out of players. Obviously. Mo wasn't having the best game, which he didn't have the best career at Chelsea, so he wasn't having the best game that day. And then obviously Jose went ballistic, went mad on him, and then Mo was young back then, and then emotionally as well, and then obviously a few tears here and there, and he probably felt he wasn't the only player who wasn't playing well, but then that's Jose. He tries to get the best out of Mo because he knew Mo can do better, and obviously Mo didn't take it well, and a few tears here and there, but then but I think that's probably the thing. When I look at Mo Salah today, I think those situations has helped him today to grow and become. You look at him now, he looks mentally, he looks not only physically. When you look at him now mentally, he looks stronger. He looks stronger, and I'm so happy to see him performing the way he's performing and become the superstar that he is today. It's not just Mo, also Kevin De Bruyne are the same. They are the best players right now in the world. When I watch Kevin De Bruyne play, for me, it's a joy to watch him play. The way he passes the ball, the way he plays. One of the best players right now in the Premier League.
Let me take you here to the region before. Now you know that there's things going on in Saudi Arabia. They're bringing great stars, big players coming here to the region. So you've said, I was preparing for the interview and I saw some remarks that you said that Hazard was offered about 50 million euros from a Saudi club, something like that.
Okay.
Do you have any details about that?
No, I am pretty sure I didn't say 50 million. I think my conversation with him was that he was offered something close to $1 million or something like that, a week or a couple of weeks. I don't know. But I had a conversation with him. All he said to me, Mikael, I don't really need the money. I want to be somewhere where I'll be happy with my family. I want to be happy with my family. For me, this is the most important thing right now. I have enough money that I don't need to go somewhere where I'm not going to be happy. I want to be where I'll be happy if it's football, because he wants to make sure that his family are going to be happy. So maybe he didn't feel going to Saudi was going to be something that he wanted to do. And then he said, right now my kids are happy in Madrid. We live in Madrid. They go to school in Madrid. And I don't want to pull them out of Madrid and say, okay, let's go live in Saudi, because they're kids, they have friends, they have, So I totally understand where he was coming with that. I think for him, he felt that family is first. And then when you get to that age, of course, family is everything.
If you were a player right now and you have not retired yet and you've got an offer from a Saudi club, let's say, would you accept that? Would you take it?
I'm not in that situation right now. Those decisions, I can't make them anymore. So, yeah. If I was still playing and then he came, I probably will look into it and talk to my family, my friends, and see what we decide. It probably wouldn't be my decision alone. So, yeah. And for me, let's say I'm lucky I'm not in that position to make that decision right now.
I'll finish by asking you the question that I always ask to myself.
Yeah.
there were many African players who were just doing great, who won the Champions League, who performed really well in Europe. But until now, we have only one African player who has won the Ballon d'Or, was George Weah in 1995. Why do you think is that happening?
Well, I mean, it's tough. It's really, really tough. But obviously, I think this year we came a bit closer. Obviously, Victor Osimhen, coming eighth is absolutely fantastic. For such a young player to be able to achieve something like that is absolutely fantastic. It's great. To win the Ballon d'Or, well, I think for the past 15 years or so, it has to be those two. It has to be those two. Those two have pushed each other. It has to be either Messi or Ronaldo. I've always said, and I say again, for me, I think Messi, is the greatest player that has played the game. Ronaldo has achieved so much. I take nothing away from Cristiano. Ronaldo has done amazingly well for himself. Fantastic guy, fantastic player. I have nothing against him. He from the hard work that he's put in. It's so nice to see someone put in so much hard work and achieve so much and what he's achieved and become who he is today. Inspiration to so many young players that the talent is not just enough, but then you have this guy who naturally gifted and talented and just does things that I can't see anybody repeating on the football pitch, which is Lionel Messi. So for me, in my opinion, which I've said time and time again, that in my opinion, everybody has their opinion. Everybody has their choice. My choice and my opinion, I always think Messi is I've never seen a footballer like him because I've played against both. I know how both played. So for me, I will always go with Messi.
Thank you so much, Miguel. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.